because I need to get him out
No,
of the
what
house.
is he doing at camp? You said it was a redneck survival camp. Now I'm very intrigued.
Oh, man, they do all kinds of cool stuff. Like, they shoot bows and arrows.
Hell yeah.
They
live
they
off
fish.
the land.
They swim in a lake.
They can't eat unless they catch it.
Basically.
No
so
lunch
it's
for you,
really
kids.
not.
But when you pick him up every day, I guess he doesn't have to survive for very long.
He's very dirty. He's terrible. Like, the first thing, to go wash. Like, don't skip. Don't skip. Don't do nothing. But it's it doesn't look like what you think. I call it that because if you really go and you look at it, I had all kinds of reservations about putting my son in this camp. It wasn't happening until I saw him. I'm like, okay,
this is like the third year, isn't it?
Yeah, like he's been going. We actually we're going to give him a Duval red shirt, which we call that Duval red because this is the first place I've ever went to where almost every high school senior is 19 years old when they graduate. Because people either hold them back or they have a late birthday and they get held back. Well, he's going to be worse.
Whammy.
He's going to be worse than me. I turned 17. I turned 18 right as I was going into college for 2 days. Like his birthday's not till June.
So you were the youngest.
Yeah, I was 17 years old my first week of practice.
Damn.
And going up against grown men. Conversely, one of my teammates who came in with me was 20. He was able to actually buy alcohol legally.
Slower.
In the spring. It's not really slow. It was just how things happen. My mom forced me to go to school. I actually cursed my mom out when I found out about this. I was like, you could have held me back. I could have been 18 years old, destroying people's children. Like, it would have been so much fun.
You go to Florida State. You could have gone somewhere better.
To be honest with you,
no, back then that was as good.
I mean, Florida State was good, but I mean, I could have had more options. It's just, and if I was 19, I started at 19 years old. Imagine me graduating. Now, my body probably would have looked different, but whatever, it worked out.
Who else were you recruited by, or did you think about going somewhere else?
I was going.
How did that go?
I've told people this, and this is true. That's why I don't hate this school. I was going to Miami.
Like, even if they didn't offer you anything?
No, they offered me. They pulled my scholarship. Because this thing called grades that you got to have. I had the test score. I scored a 30 on the ACT my sophomore year. And I just didn't go to school. I went to class. I skipped, but I didn't do homework. I don't believe in homework. Homework was like, why should I have to finish your job for you?
I'm with you.
I've been here all day. If you can't teach me what I need to know all day, then you're not an effective communicator. That's a way to think about it. And it also put me in a spot where.
And I got football to play.
Yeah, it put me in a spot where I was I didn't know. I almost didn't know if I was going to get into school. Like, it was some strings.
So was it just those two, Miami and Florida State?
I went to Georgia Tech on a visit, but then I looked at
grades. Talk about grades.
Yeah, that's it. They talked to me about academics, and I was like, this isn't. But my visit, I had such a good time that I had one more visit left, and I went to HBCU called Morehouse.
Heard of it?
But
Atlanta.
In Atlanta, I went off the strength that my family doctor, Dr. Lee in Tallahassee, went to Morehouse. And he used to always talk to me growing up about being a Morehouse.
Was that the best visit?
Morehouse was dope. So there's Spelman. So his sister, his brother and sister.
Don't they have like 1,000 in Atlanta?
I have no idea, but there was a
bunch.
lot of beautiful women.
Morehouse is all boys, right?
Morehouse is all boys, and that was a deterrent.
Right.
But then Spelman is literally right there.
And
so I'm like,
girls.
okay, you brought me back in, and it's all girls. And they were talking about some of the things that they do. They were like, yeah, your first day, they, you meet a Spelman girl, and the Spelman girl meet. I'm like, okay, I like this.
Day one.
Like day one, like they believe in like convocations and HBCUs, like big, essentially fancy.
Is that an all-girls school, Spelman?
Yeah, Spelman is an all-girls school.
Oh, so it's like perfect match.
But it's called the AU Atlanta. Like, all the schools are like right next to each other.
Right.
Like all downtown Atlanta. So it would have all worked out.
So I have a question for everybody here. By the way, it's the sportsden brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Hopefully everybody had a good Father's Day. Hopefully you got some cigars from thehumidor.com or some really good stuff from ABC.
Happy late Father's Day.
Yeah,
I didn't
nobody took me up on my offer either.
Nobody bought you anything from either?
Yeah, like I told him, if your father sucks, I'll be your dad. You can buy me something.
That was rude. But make sure you get to ABC this week. It's summer. You can go daily. It's not even, you won't even be judged for it. You can go every single day to ABC during the summer. It's in the Geneva Convention.
Mm-hmm.
Denny Thompson, James Coleman, JJ back with us this week. My question to you two is what is the date? Do you think college football will start when it's supposed to? If not, what's the date that you think it will start?
To me, it depends on the conference. SEC, yes.
The ones where we care about.
Yeah, they'll start when they're supposed to start. No fans for a couple months, but yes.
Yeah, I think Power 5 will be played, and they will have a limited seating arrangement in the beginning.
So I'm alone on this. I do not think it starts when it's supposed to, which is the 29th of August, right?
I'm going to go with you. Sure.
I'm going to say that college football will not start until the 3rd or 4th week of September.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it doesn't start then, we may be looking at spring.
I don't
really
see
think that they'll
happening.
do spring?
Yeah.
What
I
if
think
you're
they'll
an
do spring
NFL
before they don't
draft
do it
prospect,
at all.
Though.
Money. If they're going to do spring before they do it, if they don't do it at all. I mean, if you're Trevor Lawrence, you don't play. If you're Justin Fields, you don't play. Like I get all that, but bro, listen, what we're hearing right now about COVID cases, it's not a feeling. I know it's like half the story.
Oh yeah. It's more, but it's always been that. I've been screaming that, but
no, we've been saying that for weeks, but
half the story.
Yeah,
they have more diseases.
No, they have more COVID,
more cases, and it's more.
Yeah,
severe
to me
than
that's
what people
perfect
know.
though. Like when I see the headlines about these college kids getting COVID together, it makes me more optimistic about the season starting because we are still a couple months out. And if they all get it, they all can't get it again.
Here's what's going to happen. It's going to go to the wrong guy who has an underlying condition that he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then something tragic's going to happen and the whole thing's going to be shut down. I mean, that's what's going to happen because here's what's going on is these guys are getting to campus and they're being tested and they're testing negative. And then the next week they're being tested, or 2 weeks later they're being tested and they're tested positive. So they're getting it while there.
They're going out, which
right.
is the problem. Like LSU players, it all happened when they all went to a party. There's another university here that's close that hasn't hit the news, and a lot of players got it when they went off campus and they went out. Matter of fact, some players are even because they know what happens. I hate to say this, but I hate to use this analogy, but this is the only one I know. Like when you catch something from an adult standpoint, and you go to a sketchy area and you're not 100% sure and you're afraid to get the test because you don't want to know.
Yeah,
that's happening. Like these guys are at that party and they're not getting tested, and they're putting other players in danger.
So they're not just testing everybody on the team every week.
No, they
are, but you're supposed to go if you are around a situation. You're supposed to go and volunteer basically to test.
Like somebody got tested. Somebody tested positive
instead of spreading it for 4 more days.
Or a good amount of people tested positive at a party. Like that
go
they do the concentrate. Go get tested. Make sure you don't have it. If you have it, get the quarantine.
You gonna let me in the Facebook Live, by the way? I'm gonna sit back there for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. That's why I don't think this thing's gonna go. Who is it? Kansas State sent everybody home.
They didn't. I thought they just quarantined everybody. They didn't send them home.
That would be terrible if they sent them.
Listen, that's what's happening.
That's stupid, though.
That's what's happening.
You don't like the point of this whole thing was to not be around the at-risk and the elderly.
Protect your at-risk family members.
And if you keep them on campus, that's smart.
I agree, but here's the thing. They're all catching it there. They came in, nobody had it.
But now you're going to go give it to Mima?
I don't know what they're doing with the guys that have it. I'm just telling you guys, this is a bigger deal than what people want to make it at the college level right now. It is starting to change some things.
So what about the NFL?
The NFL?
The show must go on.
Yeah, the NFL, I mean, if they really want to, they can bubble everybody.
So why do you not think the SEC would do something similar? Bubble everybody.
It's because it's almost impossible.
Online classes.
Amateurs.
Because if it is spreading like this, I could see them just not having school.
What
and doing
you're
online
saying
classes.
is 100% correct. If they do that, then they have to go ahead and just admit what we've all been saying for decades.
Well,
they are not students.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're still holding on to this semblance of purity of the amateur.
Let it go, guys.
Just let it go, guys, and go ahead and just be honest. Be real with these guys. Be real with everybody, and maybe they'll be more willing to accept.
Maybe this is what we needed.
I think it was Tampa Bay Times released something where they talked about where an attorney talked about the coronavirus and basically players' rights. And if they do, they can't. He's stating that if they make these players sign a waiver, they could really open up a can of worms that they really don't want to open up. Like, it could make it worse. Like if the universities do this, not only can it be contested, he was saying like things that they can't make them sign a waiver of liability. He's like, because that just won't work. They can make them sign a waiver of awareness. Like you are aware of the potential that you could contract this disease, and if you work out, you can die.
Well, I'm not an attorney, but if you're on the campus and you choose to go out, that's not on the school.
What they can't.
That was your choice.
The thing is, they have to. That's true, but they have to be able to prove that it's not that player.
Prove that you didn't.
You have to prove that if I didn't go out, like if I didn't go out and I got it because I was around somebody else, did you create an environment that was safe for me to be able to be here? That's really what he's breaking it down to.
Yeah,
it's like, and there's really no way the college can defend, like can adequately defend themselves on, because you can't. There's no way you can make it 100% safe.
We're asking these young men to not give in to sex for months.
I've said what you should do.
That's not happening. Test the ladies.
Just understand that
stop this.
It's the oldest profession. It's been here before,
this
man.
Is what's keeping up the Orlando bubble with the NBA. I mean,
we know what they're doing. They're bringing in entertainment. That's what they're calling it. Can we not bring in entertainment?
They're already on campus.
I mean, listen, to go somewhere for 3 months and say, you know what, I'm here to football, and maybe go to a class or two. Y'all act like we're sending these people to the daggum North Pole for 5 years.
Here's what we have. We have not tests. What do you call it?
These
we have
boys are in their prime.
We have, but what I'm saying, we have examples.
You're asking them to give up 3 months.
We have examples. You guys do realize we have examples in a sample group of this, where you take young men and women and you ship them off to a place where they have a job, where they have to learn about stuff. And you know what they still do? They still fornicate. That's the military. When they send kids off the boot camp, they sneak. They sneak off. They know it's against the rules, and they still sneak off. What the heck do you think is going to happen with football players? A bunch of testosterone-fueled young men.
I'm just saying, it's not like it's an impossible ask.
It's not. It's not.
You know, that's all I'm saying. It's just, I don't know. I mean, like Tyler Eifert's dad hit us up on the text line, Lifetime Enclosures text line, and said, maybe just my opinion, but pump the brakes, guys. College guys between the ages of 18 and 22 do not carry the same risk as someone over 40 or with a pre-existing medical condition. A college football player between 18 and 23 is probably one of the most well-trained athletes in sports, especially if they go to a big university. I truly believe there will be college football and still believe college football will set the standard on this COVID mess.
Me too, bro.
I hope so. I hope that's right. But doctors say that the stress is man, I forgot. Oxidative stress is what you get put in when you are an elite athlete. Just the workout in of itself puts you in that state. This thing that gets you with all of this COVID stuff is it puts your body into an oxidative stress state.
Right.
So if you're already in that state and something else comes on top of you to put you in that, on top of having a underlying condition such as stress-induced asthma, sickle cell, we have an example in the Big Three. I did mat drills. I didn't die. I did mat drills for 3 seasons. Twin did mad drills once. He had sickle cell. He did not know. We did not know sickle cell was this underlying condition until he died. And you know what happened?
Damn.
We sued. I mean, not we. His family sued.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
And that's all it takes is one person.
That happens every other year. Every other year, somebody dies. Maryland. But
the difference in all of this is we know that COVID puts yourself in that situation.
I agree.
We didn't know. So if you know and somebody goes in there and dies, and it's bigger things than just dying. Once they put you on that, what I learned, well, no bad. Terrible way to put it. Well, when I learned about the ventilator, I thought the ventilator was the thing that just goes over your mouth. When they when they hook you up to that ventilator, bro, you're not coming back. You're not going to be a football player
lot
anymore.
of people, unfortunately, at the beginning of the COVID thing, they were throwing people on the ventilators that shouldn't have been on the ventilators. Yeah, and it was actually costing them their life, unfortunately.
Yeah, man, I'm sitting here. When I heard about that, you get put on that thing.
Yeah,
man.
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, look, JJ's right. If everything would go the way it's gone the first couple months, where it's just a bunch of guys walking around asymptomatic or maybe a call for sniffle, then, all right, cool. Put them all in a room, give it to them, let's get it over with. But that's not the way it's going to go. There's going to be some kid that's got an underlying heart condition or a respiratory issue or something like that.
Or a coach.
Or a
that's
coach.
The part that nobody is bringing up.
Well, that's because we always talk about the kids.
If you get rid of Coach, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Don't even go
But
there,
he's
bro.
old.
He's not at risk.
He's 50-something years old.
Bro, I don't care. He's...
but I do know this is that a lot of these parents are.
There's other coaches I'd much rather use as an example.
Jimbo.
He's 58, by the way.
Jimbo, exactly.
How old is? Well, okay.
Ed is 58.
I don't want to say what is the old. But when we say old, what is old? Because
like for COVID.
Yeah, because a lot of these coaches ain't spring.
Yeah,
Mac Brown is gone.
Mac Brown's old.
Mac Brown get a cold and he might be done.
Yeah, that's a good question.
He's a youthful 68.
I mean, Mac Brown's only 68?
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty old.
Mac was coaching with
Man, Mac Brown's got to. If you'd have told me to guess, I'd have guessed 75.
Oh, damn.
68? When did he coach at Florida State?
73. He was a student.
Oh, okay. He wasn't a coach.
No.
Mac Brown's only 68. Well, I'll be dang. I learned something today. So he's only 10 years older than Eddie O?
That's crazy. That's when you put it like that, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, that's a lot. I mean, these put it like this. These guys, well, some of these guys are in good shape. But a lot of these guys aren't in good shape.
Yeah, some of the assistants you see are like, whoa.
Jimbo's 54.
Do a couple sit-ups, bro. Saban also 68. He's a young looking 68.
Saban and Mac Brown are the same age.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Mac looks at least 10 years older than him.
What we should probably do is get a doctor on to ask him about some of this.
Nice.
You want to do that?
Nice
Flawless.
Segue. I like that.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
Dr. Swanson coming up next.
I want rustlers, cutthroats, bounty hunters, desperados, nitwits, halfwits, dimwits, bushwhackers, hornswagglers, horse thieves, train robbers, bank robbers, ass-kickers. I want
1010XL.
That's it. He's not bluffing. Consider it done.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go. That's where I went for knee problems. You should do the same thing if you're limping around or if your shoulder's hurting or your arm's hurting or your back or spine, maybe podiatry needs, physical therapy. They do it all at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Locations all around the town, so there's going to be one near you, all-star group of doctors. They're not going anywhere. They're right here at se-ortho.com. Get in there. Make sure you tell them the Sports Den sent you. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Response to Diamonds Direct's incredible free finance offer has been amazing. People are driving for hours to take advantage of 5 years zero-interest financing with nothing down. But listen, these are the final days. This aggressive offer ends on June 30th and will not be extended. So don't wait another minute. Get to Diamonds Direct now. Pick any item. Get the unbeatable price Diamonds Direct is known for. Pay nothing down and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. It's the smartest way to buy, and it makes everything more affordable. An $8,000 designer engagement ring is just $134 a month. You can even finance the sales tax. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, colored gemstone jewelry, one-of-a-kind designer pieces. Everything's included. But there's one catch. This is a limited time offer and it ends Thursday, June 30th on approved credit. 5 years, zero interest, nothing down, nothing held back. Exclusively at Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. It is 2020, and we've had any number of murders and shootings. We're well on the way to being the murder capital of Florida per capita population again. How can we stop it? Glad you asked. When the men stop murmuring and complaining, get up off the couch watching sports, drinking and belching, and say enough is enough, I can't take anymore, I'm going to join forces with Mad Dads, and we take our city back from murder and violence. Murder and violence has no color, it has no demographic location, it is all over the city. We've got to galvanize together and take our city back. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Dad's the force behind the change. For more information about Mad Dads, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville chapter Facebook or maddadsjacksonville.com.
All offers are with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Buying a new car or truck is fun, fast, and easy when you go to Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington.
Just in time for summer.
Get a new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $287 a month. Drive the new Dodge Journey and save up to $5,000. Our lenders are just waiting to make you a new car loan. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
Across from the Regency Square Mall.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is back to normal business hours. In conjunction with Baptist Health, JOI and JOI Rehab are following the best practices to provide you and their employees with a safe environment, including patients and staff wearing masks and the ability to utilize their new virtual waiting room. JOI is still offering telehealth services if you prefer to do so. If you have questions before coming in for an appointment, please call JOI 2000. JOI. Where the pros go.
In the NFL, there's really no off-season. When the rubber hits the road, Tire Outlet and 1010XL keep you on track so you don't miss a move. The off-season rolls on with Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Mark Watson here with Hardball Creative. It's been a crazy couple of months, but as we prepare to move forward, make sure your company is ready. Welcome employees back with a new polo or branded coffee mug. Outfit servers with new keys and caps, or what about car magnets for deliveries? Remember, Hardball does it all. Call us today at 9988778 or online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about commercial fence services. From automatic gates to security fence and railing, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, trained installers, and quality products. Trust your next commercial project with the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your commercial project today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery, UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist brings you Dr. Swanson every single week on the Sports Den so we can get caught up with injuries in sports or whatever it is we decide to talk about with Dr. Swanson. Doc, what's going on, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. Do you have your mask on?
Not inside the house, no.
You're at the house?
You guys have it on with the microphone?
No, we don't have it on with the microphone. No.
But when we walk around the office, we've been being safe.
Yes. The minute we leave the studio, it goes on.
They beat it into us.
So
we try to resist.
Good. So we were just having this conversation. I don't know if you listen, and if you do, I don't know. Why don't you have anything better to do? But do you predict that college football now, with the recent developments, do you predict it will go off in time, or at the time it's supposed to?
Yeah, I think it still will. I don't think that any of the cases that have popped up as people have gotten back on campus is probably going to change the start when it starts at this point yet.
We were just talking about, though, what happens when a kid gets it that has an underlying health condition and it turns fatal. That changes everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, that'll get a lot of publicity for sure. I mean, and it's going to happen. That's just certain college football player at some point will die from some kind of complications from it.
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean, it is. He's right. That's why I said that first segment. It's like, it is the law of numbers.
I mean, yeah, it's just when you say it like that, it's just...
Do you know who? Do you want to take a guess who, Doc? Which, by the way,
some lineman.
Just this is late breaking news, but baseball starts July 1st, 60-game season. Spring training starts July 1st. Season starts July 24th.
Huh. Yeah, we'll get to that. Are you a baseball guy, Doc?
No, I'm not a big baseball guy, to be honest.
No? Are you missing sports?
Yes, definitely missing sports.
What would you be watching right now?
The ESPYs. Did you watch them last night?
No.
I did not watch the ESPYs last night.
Exactly. Our boy hosted Russell Wilson.
We might still be at the tail end of the NBA Finals right now.
It would be over. Just have ended, I believe.
Be close, yeah.
So you'd probably be taking a break before football?
Yeah, this would be like the baseball stretch.
This is when we don't care.
How dare you?
Yeah, this is the normal lull between when basketball ends and before football starts.
We'd be watching.
There's always a little bit of a lull, but
like
the past 4 months have been a lull.
Euro soccer.
You would be watching Euro.
It's a big tournament. People would be watching.
Okay, I'm just saying I wouldn't. Doc, I don't think Doc would.
Of course he would.
Nah, soccer comes on somewhere below baseball for me.
So number 3 behind baseball at 2. I get it.
James and I were talking last week off air about people that we've talked to and how they're approaching the workouts that these guys are coming in at the college level. At the high school level, a lot of teams are back, and a lot of teams, from what I'm understanding, have not yet hit the weight room. It's more outside conditioning work, all that kind of stuff. Talk about just the difference in the levels and the concern from a doctor's standpoint of each level. Like, what's the difference in a 16-year-old kid going back and a 20-year-old man going back?
From an exposure standpoint, or just from an
injury standpoint?
Injury standpoint. I mean, I think every level up you go, those guys have more access to better training options. Starting at the top, with the pro guys have the most access to personal trainers and personal gyms and gyms in their houses. That kind of trickles on down to high school, where some guys may not have had really any access to that stuff over the past couple months, or really limited access to it. So I think, with that access, it allows you to stay in a little bit better shape to prevent some of those overuse injuries as you're starting to get back into training. But like we talked about, hopefully coaches are recognizing that and starting out slow, especially at the middle school, high school level. I think that's where you really got to ease back into things the most.
What happens if there's a start and a stop and then a restart? Like Kansas State, for example. Brought the guys in, worked out for a couple weeks, and now they said, nope, we're going to stop it for a couple weeks, and then we'll start again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that to some extent that may happen at a lot of places as cases, or the number of cases increase. That's going to make for a disjointed lead into the season, or, if it happens during the season, you may be seeing guys playing who might otherwise not be playing. I mean, I think there's a lot a lot of potential. If you're a couple weeks into the season and all of a sudden you got to quarantine 30 guys, you may have your third or fourth string guys out there.
I'm just reading right now, Glen Academy in Georgia. Stop football workouts until early next month after one of his players tested positive. So that's kind of what even at the high school level, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean,
so they're taking a week off.
Well, it says early next month. It doesn't say July 1st or.
So I'm just saying, like, they'll probably come back after.
It's probably a 14-day.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking. Like, is 14 days do anything?
Some of the stuff sounds better than what it is.
It's until July 6th.
Yeah, so they missed this week because they were going to probably take next week off more than likely. A lot of even high schools, and I remember when I coached in St. Johns County, we always took the actually it was the 4th of July weekend, and there's a county-wide mandate where all the schools have to shut down in the summer, where they
I'm
do
not
something
sure
to
that's
the
happening
fields.
this year.
But what I'm saying is like it was going to happen already, like not that, but I'm just saying they already have some of these measures in place. So,
but the question that I have for Dr. Swanson is, does that hurt, help? Is it good needed rest? Is it like I mean, I guess that's part of the reason why I think the season will be pushed back, Doc, is because you're going to have so many false starts that eventually everybody's just going to go, okay, wait, let's try this again mid-August. Let's try to bring all the guys back then. Because like what Doc just said, I mean, think about this. If your first game on the schedule is some team out west and they haven't started and you've got a month ahead of them, is that really fair?
Yeah, that's why the college is so much more difficult than the pros, because you have all these schools in different states at varying levels of reopening, and so definitely the college game is trickier than the pros for sure.
Yeah. Are you interested?
But I think people are just kind of moving forward now, and if people get quarantined, they get quarantined, and move on with the guys who aren't, as best as you can.
What is the quarantine length? Like, because early on it was 14 days.
Yeah.
Now it's like 10 days. Like, there's some people that's doing it until you test negative twice.
Jeez.
I mean, the quarantine is if you've been exposed, if you wait that certain period of time, then essentially at the end of that, whether you're positive, negative, then you won't be able to pass it on to anybody else. That's the point of that.
So it's really, it's not a specific amount of time. It's more when you can test negative.
Correct. Huh. And even, not everyone who's in quarantine necessarily tested positive. They could have just been closely exposed to somebody who was positive. And then the quarantine allows them, if they remain asymptomatic, then they can't pass it along anymore.
So I know this isn't your specialty. I know you're more orthopedic or are orthopedic. But let's say hypothetically somebody goes and they work out and they have it. Do we know like what's involved with the spread? Do you have to touch them? Is it sweat droplets? What is it?
I mean, so it's mostly airborne. So it's mostly droplets from coughing, sneezing, talking, those kind of things. That's the most common way that this is spread. But I think that no one knows with 100% certainty that it can't be spread, in some other ways, but that's the most likely way. So it's the airborne contact. That's why the mask, the number one thing that can prevent spread if you're in close proximity to somebody is if both people are wearing a mask.
What if you said talking, so like what if they spit when they talk? Like, do I need to wear glasses so I can protect my eyes too?
If you're talking with a close talker, now's not a good time to be a close talker.
Well, if you're a close talker, you're just a terrible person now.
Yeah, because I don't like that, man. I have to have my space. I'm a kick slider with a close talker. Like they get for every step they take forward, I kick slide back
Until they run you into a wall.
And then there's a coach here. I would say his name, but Coach Gillespie used to be a basketball coach at FAMU. He's a close talker. He pinned me up against the wall on accident. I guess he didn't realize that I kept going. I couldn't retreat. Luckily, COVID wasn't big then, but I was terrified. He was too close, and his breath smelled like onions.
What so what's going on in the orthopedic world? Y'all back full speed?
Yeah, orthopedics. We're kind of back full speed. Clinics are open their normal hours. Elective surgeries are getting done. So we've kind of caught back up on most of the backlog, and just kind of back to seeing people sort of at the new normal level. So masks and all those things. Everyone who comes in the office has to have a mask on, and all our staff are wearing masks. And so taking as many precautions as we can to try to keep it at bay, but pretty much back to business as usual from before this.
Now, is there any worry on y'all's side that things will go back to what it was in April?
Yeah, I mean, I think that certainly is a concern as you see the numbers start to spike. I mean, it seems like we're having more new cases now than even we were in March and April, and so there's some level, where that would certainly become possible. I think, again, just like in every business or profession, I think everyone's going to do the best they can to try to stay open and not have that complete shutdown again. But there could certainly be some pullback if hospitals start to get overwhelmed with the number of cases. But if the increase in cases is in younger, healthier people, then we may not see the number of people in the hospitals increase.
Yeah, what they say the average age in Duval was at the positive is 29, I think.
And so that's really a good thing, because that's the demographic that's least likely to be symptomatic and most likely to be able to fight this off without needing significant medical resources or ending up in the hospital in the ICU on a ventilator and things like that. So if it stays in that age range and those 29-year-olds don't pass it to a lot of 80-year-olds, then that may be best for the epidemiologic numbers.
Can I ask this may be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How does this end? Like, how does this, I mean, okay, I get like they come up with either everybody gets it, right? Or
we'll all die one day, right, Doc?
No, but I mean, what makes us stop? Like, how does this end? Like, when does this end? How does it end?
Taxes.
I mean, so there's only a couple ways that it can end. One is with a reliable vaccine that's readily available, to where a huge proportion of the population can get vaccinated against it. But the likelihood of having said vaccine in the near future is low. Or the second thing is what you just said, where enough people have become infected with it that they've developed personal antibodies and immunity to it. Although there's still a lot of debate about can you become reinfected. So I think that we don't really know the answer to that, but that's the herd immunity theory, where if enough people have been infected and have developed the antibodies, then it can slow or stop the spread of it, basically. But,
so in other words, this thing ain't ended anytime soon.
Correct. I mean, so it's not like, and so back to sort of the sports question is like, well, so if we push it back by a month from July to August, nothing's going to be different in August than it is right now.
Remember that picture that was going around with
September, same with October. Like, I mean, this is the current, this is our
what it is
for now.
Remember that picture that was going around from like the early 1900s at the Georgia Tech game, and everybody was wearing a mask, and we were like, oh, how crazy were they back then? That's exactly what it's going to be like during football season. Everybody's going to be packed in a stadium wearing a mask.
So
I don't think the stadiums will be. I don't think there'll be a full stadium anywhere.
Yeah, even with that, yeah.
I think that they're going to allow some type of fans in some places.
Yeah, maybe a quarter.
Yeah, something like that.
A small percentage, but yeah, I mean, I think certainly masks in tight quarters is your best bet at keeping yourself safe.
That is Dr. Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. They are not coronavirus specialists, but unfortunately, that's the topic of the times, Doc.
Maybe someday soon we can talk about sports and sports injuries. That'd be pretty cool.
I know, it's kind of hard. There's not a whole lot of injuries at the NASCAR level or the golf level.
I know, right?
So
I mean, actually one, because if we have football,
hypothetical,
Nick O'Leary is apparently having some kind of heart surgery. He retired earlier today.
Talking about Jack Nicklaus's grandson?
Yeah. Then he said he's going to play regardless of this heart surgery. Like, is that like
advisable?
Doable?
Seems reasonable.
Like, I mean, I don't know a lot about heart surgery. I want to put that out there. It seems pretty difficult to come back from.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about that. I'm not sure what he has going on with his heart.
It's like 19 minutes ago, Chris Nee with 247, one of the guys I like. Nick O'Leary says he will play in 2021 despite heart surgery. So I don't, there's a article about that, but that's pretty insignificant, right? That's one of those big time surgeries.
Pretty significant, not insignificant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if it was something sort of minor like a stent or something. Then he probably can return.
He had angioplasty on May 19th to reduce 100% blockage of an artery.
Wow, that's really young for that.
He had a heart attack. Says O'Leary was told a right side artery had 100% blockage and he had experienced a heart attack.
Wow.
This guy's been
years
through
old.
it.
I mean, that's really young for that.
Yeah, he had the motorcycle
Yeah,
accident,
he's
right?
faced death plenty in his life. If you watch the video of that motorcycle accident, there's no way somebody's walking away from that. He was fine.
Wow.
He just like ran into a bus.
Wow.
Yeah, with stents, then he'll be on blood thinners though. So
yeah, he said that's the only reason he's not going to play this year. It's because of blood thinners.
Blood thinners, yeah. But you won't have to take those forever.
Crazy. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. If you've got knee or shoulder issues, then you call and ask for Dr. Swanson. That's who I go to. That's who you need to go to as well. Call 904-634-0640. One more thing, Doc. Guess who else is on the Hokas right now? James Coleman is now running and wearing the Hoka shoes.
I got confused. A hookah is something that you smoke, and I'm like, I don't smoke hookahs.
I thought you were talking about Vatek.
But yeah, then I was like, I'll never root for them. But yes, they are amazing.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, I wish I'd have had these for a while. I did. I almost died yesterday, but my legs felt great. I did my 10K yesterday. My feet felt like I was on pillows. Like the speed that I can get now, even when I'm walking, but definitely when I'm running. But the speed I can get, it's like crazy. Not wearing shoes that I thought were athletic
Michael
shoes.
Johnson.
It's like you're on pillows.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, listen, Hoka, 1-1. This is the last free plug you get. Nobody even knew about you in Jacksonville until I started shouting you out, and you're still not paying us.
Right.
This is it.
Hoka, Ona.
I went in the store and said, yo, this is what I want. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, you must be from the sports den.
Yeah, that's what, they're like,
We've got a lot of you guys coming in here.
All right, Doc, we appreciate you, man. We will talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
All right, that's Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Make sure you get over there if anything's bothering you. Let's get to some of this baseball stuff. And then there's a couple good questions on the Facebook Live as well as a text line regarding football. We'll get to all of that coming up next.
1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
I hate violence. It's the one thing I detest.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Ow! Ow!
Did you just punch me in the face? Yes.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF Men's Basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
In uncertain times like these, it's more important than ever to take care of each other. That's why your Jacksonville area Chick-fil-A restaurants are still here to serve you with contactless payments through the Chick-fil-A app. Place a mobile order today and pay ahead of your visit. Then pick it up in the drive-thru or curbside, where available. Or if you prefer to stay home, they'll gladly deliver it right to your door. Order through the Chick-fil-A app where possible, or their delivery partners DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. Everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Offices, Jacksonville.
Fenwick Home Services keeps you cool in June. Tune up your air conditioner for just $59 and get up to a pound of refrigerant for free. Plus, Fenwick's no breakdown guarantee covers your AC all summer. Count on your Fenwick pros to wear gloves and face masks on every visit and follow CDC guidelines. Hurry, this deal ends June 30th. Pick up the phone and call 660-0556 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Instant Keys delivers honest, professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. That's 722-1111.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 22nd, 1994, the Houston Rockets defeated the New York Knicks in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, giving them their first championship in franchise history.
Hey folks, Dave Benyon with Zero Res. Now that summer is in full swing, so is the front door on our house. The kids are constantly coming in and out, bringing in sand from the beach, soil from the yard, and all kinds of food. Seems like the dog wants in and out more too. It's pretty tough on the carpet, rugs, and tile and grout. If you need help keeping your house clean during the summer, give Zero Res a call. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean and fiber protected for $199, and we will clean a 4th room for free. That's a savings of $117. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Peninsular Pest Control's fertilization and weed suppression program is great if you don't have a lot of spare time. And it will probably cost you less than it would if you did it yourself. Call Peninsular Pest Control today at 389-3491 for a free consultation or go online to crittergetter.com. Be sure to ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
Bueller, air conditioning repairs. Seriously, guys. Hey, Hicken here. Not only are my friends at Bueller Air Conditioning the coolest guys in the business, they truly are the best at air conditioning repairs. Take it from me. I use them in my home, and from start to finish, they are absolutely terrific. So when the heat gets too much for your home, call Bueller Air and stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to ask your agent about your homeowner's coverage. It's time to make the change to Southern Oak Insurance.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom make suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Make sure you get to thehumidor.com for all your cigar needs. Thehumidor.com, huge selection of cigars, already low prices, and then you're going to check out with a cart full and type in sportsden, all lowercase, all one word, and you'll get 20% off in addition to the already low prices. That's thehumidor.com. Make sure you get over there immediately. Load up, stock up. If you still got that stimulus check, spend the whole thing. You still got yours?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you found anything to bet on yet.
I have. I actually bet on lots of things, but I wussed out. Let me use that word.
Oh, all that big talk about you're going to throw the whole thing
on the first game. I didn't, but I've actually been doing pretty decent. I won a full $19.82 on the Belmont this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Think you should know that.
Proud of you.
And I've been doing good on European soccer as well. I'm back. Like all y'all sports are still gone or whatever. I'm straight, dude. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm fine too.
I watched all my sports today, this weekend. I was as content as could be. I don't need our American sports back. I'm good.
Listen, baseball is a plus for me. If
Me
it
too.
comes back, I will watch it, but it's not like I'm craving baseball.
I was, but then the bickering has really turned me off. And so now when I find out that it looks like we're going to get 60 games in, I was happier than I expected myself to be.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're not. Because I'm reading this. This says
damn.
MLB owners voted unanimously to proceed with 2020 season under the terms of their March agreement with the MLB Players Association. I mean, the players have been equally as difficult as the owners. They are both at fault in this.
Especially recently.
Yes. So, I mean, you still need the players to play. Am I wrong on this?
Well, here's what they have to agree to. So here's the deal. 60 games, starts spring training July 1st, and in mid-July, I think the 22nd is opening day. There's two things the MLB Players Union has to agree to tomorrow. That is the health and safety protocols, and that is they have to agree to show up by July 1st.
Yeah,
if they don't agree to those two things, it's solely on the players now.
I bet they
don't.
don't.
To look
I
terrible.
would be willing to bet they don't.
I mean, I'm
Then-
still not going to say either. I mean, they're both like if the players, yes, the owners are giving us
Because they're
baseball.
giving them full prorated salaries.
Yeah.
They sort of took the high road here.
What do you mean? Explain this. to
So-
me, make it simple.
They're going to get what they would have been paid for a 60-game season.
That's the point. That was why the players are. That's why they wanted to play more games. They want the money.
Exactly.
They don't want the prorated. Like, so
No. They've always agreed to the prorated.
No. I got that part. They've agreed to not
The
get
players
full
wanted
salary.
like a lot more
Yeah,
games.
but they knew if they played X amount of games, they're getting closer to their
Exactly.
money.
Exactly.
This is still benefiting to the owners because they don't want to pay. So while the owners are giving us baseball, they're not 100% out of the clear.
I'm
I
talking
can
about
understand why the players would say no.
I'm talking about in the most recent back and forth, which was like 60 games, 50 games, and they were
70
going,
games.
they were going
Yeah.
back for like the last week. In that short little time frame, I do believe the players looked foolish. But the owners finally caved in. Like I always say, the players' union in baseball is so much stronger than any other sport. Maybe basketball's creeping up there, but they held out. You didn't hear anybody from, any baseball player tweeting out, hey, I don't really agree with all this. Nothing like that. Everybody kept their mouth shut and they got exactly what they wanted. And I think they will agree to these two things because now if they don't, it looks like it is squarely on the players. And
Well, somebody just texted us saying
It's not a
MLB
good
Player
look.
Association voted 33-5 against the 60-game season. That was earlier. That was the 70-game season, right?
and it was only 75% prorated or whatever.
Right.
Different.
Right. Yeah. Two different things. This is something that the owners did this afternoon.
Well, the commissioner had to come up with this whole thing, and then 75% of the owners had to vote for it because the owners and
They're gonna
players
play.
didn't agree on anything.
They're gonna play.
You think they're going to play?
Yeah, I just gotta. I got. They're gonna play.
Oh.
Like, so I can't.
Nice. I don't know what that means, but
I
I
just
like it.
it's the benefit of training a bunch of people.
Yeah,
You get
the way
and
a lot
people
of
listening
these,
to your
It
show.
just seems like does it not?
and it seems like the owners caved. The owners caved. So now there's no reason for the players not to take this.
Does
If
it-
you really want to play, like you've been saying, you would take this.
But am I the only one that thought the last couple of weeks that neither side really wanted to play?
I agreed. I agree.
I'm sure whoever it is that just texted you
I'll
is
tell you
right.
afterwards.
I'm just saying, like, you can understand my hesitation. Like, how many proposals have gone back and forth?
There was a player that put this out. Or I don't know if it was a player or if it was somebody who covers this, there was always going to, next week, if they didn't, let's say they didn't come to the conclusion this week.
That was it.
It was going to happen. He knew exactly how much time he had. The
Like
commissioner,
until they were able to
like
play,
to where it's
yeah.
the last possible minute.
Exactly.
And so you can stretch it out as long as you want to, but this will be when it happens. And he always knew that this was the ace in the whole card that he could play.
This week.
You know what's crazy about this?
Because even if the owners and the players didn't agree, he was always that last guy who could come up with something. And the owners, 75% of them had to agree to it. And that's what happened today.
But what's crazy is they've waited so long now that the two spring training spots are hot spots.
Yeah.
Right. Now that's one thing. But
The New York team said they don't want to come down here.
It'll either happen. Yeah.
How ironic.
The deal, if it might not be this deal, but something will be reached by the end of the week or early next week. They're gonna play baseball, though, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care.
Yeah.
After my heart was broken yesterday.
What happened
with Ken Griffey? Even though this guy's no longer around,
what happened?
George Steinbrenner. Did you didn't hear what Griffey said?
No.
Griffey said when he was a boy.
My favorite player of all time, by the way.
Okay, well, this is gonna make you hate the Yankees.
Oh, I already.
So
I'm already there.
His dad. Again, I didn't even know his dad played for the Yankees. I know his dad played. I didn't know, but he was in the dugout, hanging out with his dad before a game.
As a kid.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Security guard comes over, says George doesn't want anybody on the field. Send him back. He's
kids.
Like, no kids. He's like, no problem. Don't even worry about it, son. Just go in my locker, hang out. I'll come in there and get you. But before you go there, look at third base. Looks at third base. Some other player's son is fielding ground balls or something out there, living his best life, enjoying life. And
who was it? You know,
I forgot the name. I have to go.
Yeah,
Ken Griffey saying this happened, and his dad beat this into his head for the rest. Like he's like, "You'll never play for the Yankees." So like he grew up like the rest of his life. He's
and
like,
they beat the Yankees in that famous series. In the
he's
90s.
like, "You're gonna win in the long run. Don't worry."
And
he's
he
like,
certainly did.
And he told it. Then like they go from there, and there's like him signing autographs. I guess at like maybe at one of the All-Star breaks or something. And somebody's like, "Hey, why don't you come to the Yankees?" He's like, "I'll never play for the Yankees." He was like, "Yo, you're just saying that." He's like, "I put it like this: if the Yankees were the last team in baseball and they offered me a massive contract, I'd still say no. Think it's a game." Like he was
love that.
He was mad.
Yeah, he says there's certain things that a dad drills into you as a kid that just sticks with you.
It was just,
beating the Yankees was one of them.
So,
I love that.
Craig Nettles' son.
Like,
what did Craig Nettles Jr. turn out to do anything special?
And the dope part about that, from what Griffey was saying, like the dad Griffey knew. He was like, "I know you're better than me, son.
Yeah.
This guy's an idiot. Watch what happens. Watch how he never plays for the Yankees." And it was awesome. But that's the only guy whose shoes I've ever wanted that. Well, actually Deion, but Deion doesn't count. Deion's a baseball.
I had Griffey's
Deion's
cleats, but did he actually make shoes?
Yeah. They were dope.
Were they?
I've been trying to find them. I can't find them. I want some.
I had Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run on Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the only player from the MLB Players Association that agreed for this. So he was the only real guy in the entire game.
So everybody
got
else
paid.
Yeah, he did.
Player one.
Exactly. Fake names.
That's funny. George Kenneth Griffey III. Or no, Jr. He's 50 years old.
He does have a son named Trey, who is the third.
Yeah. He wasn't any good, though. They all went to like Windermere. Him, Shaq's son. Like they all lived in like the Orlando area.
He's got Trey, Tevin, and Taryn.
Yeah.
Tevin's.
Well, Trey's not his real name. Trey's the
name. His name is Ken Griffey
Jr. He was a football player.
Yeah.
Trey Gifford. Yeah,
he went to the league.
He did.
Practice squad.
Yeah, Steelers.
Oh, well,
Colts, Steelers, and Dolphins.
Probably a portion of who he is. But
Went
good
to
for him.
Dr. Phil.
Got there.
6'3".
Nice.
Went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, if you can get on a practice squad,
listen, you doing good. It doesn't matter. He's Ken Griffey's son.
Yeah, he's paid.
He's straight.
Is that your favorite baseball player of all time? You said
easy, not even a close second.
I
love Chipper, but damn, man, I was obsessed with Ken Griffey Jr. My first ever major league game I went to, because I was a huge Braves fan, with TBS, still am. But I made my parents take me to a game where Ken Griffey Jr. was playing the Braves, and it was awesome. That was his Reds days. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well.
Yeah, I used to be a huge Albert Pujols fan. Still am, but once he left the Cardinals,
it was a struggle for him after he left.
Yeah, it was. I
Still
think probably Ozzy's my favorite of all time.
Whoa.
Are you okay, James?
I know.
It's not quite breaking news, but it's just massive. Like we talk about college football primarily. We're not quite Chuck Oliver, but we're like the runts.
We would never say that about ourselves.
Like Chuck Oliver does it professionally and talks about real stuff. We somehow talk about it and nothing happens. But we know about the impact of football. right, to local economies.
Yeah.
What do you think the impact locally, like in Gainesville, in Hogtown, would be if they don't play?
Like when you say impact, you mean
like economic
total?
impact?
I know.
Like
Total?
it's
like money
like
not
350
made.
mil.
I mean, I was actually gonna say between 4 and 5
million.
4 and 500
million. Okay,
yeah,
that's dope. That's cool. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox not having an Alabama football season. Now, before I say this number, this isn't. I'm telling you, people, this is not helping you reel back in these players by announcing this stuff. I just want to let everybody know that.
But the name, image, and likeness.
You're literally letting the players know that they have way more power than they ever expected.
Hold on. Before you say the number, have you ever been to Tuscaloosa?
Yes.
What is there going on when it's not
a normal college town?
So nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
$2
billion
loss in revenue for the city.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
Like that's why I'm asking though. What they mean by total, because I'm assuming like if there's not a football season, there's also not school, and so I mean, it could be more,
right?
Because then there's those
Just
all the
kids aren't there in
restaurants,
general,
the
yeah.
bed taxes, and the
Right.
hotels.
So, like, you got to think, like, one thing that I always joke about Tallahassee not having enough hotels is that literally all year there aren't enough hotels. Because when football season and basketball season is over, legislative session is in.
Right.
And then that's when they start doing campus tours. And then after that, so it's campus tours, then it's camps, then there's all these other different things that you're trying to get a hotel for if I go back home, because actually that's the only way I can see everybody is if I actually stay in the center of town. But I hear that, but they're saying the individual. So it's probably, let's say it's $3 billion without having students in. They're saying just that from August to January, roughly.
Just football season.
Just football season.
That's
this
crazy.
This is what they're losing.
So I wonder what it is in Gainesville. Like, because obviously I'm low on that.
I would say Alabama because of the mechanisms and all the other stuff. It's probably a little bit bigger deal.
Well, sure, but I bet it's a bill then.
But I bet, yeah, it's probably higher than what we would have estimated. But again, like I'm saying, like how can anybody, not us, but like I know we've had this discussion, but how can anybody hear that and all the other monies that are generated and not see like any problem? Like this is why these boys, like if I were the people who were making money, I would have just shut up and not make statements like this. Because even though Tuscaloosa, Alabama might not do it.
The players really,
Yeah.
I mean,
Alabama won't do it because their coach is like a god in the NCAA. He makes the rules. But other schools, I'm like, man, that's power.
Yeah, the players really don't. I mean, this year they don't really have an option, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, like this year, like had COVID not happened,
yeah,
we would have known you made a lot of money, you made a lot of impact, but you wouldn't have known like this.
Yeah.
Athletic directors wouldn't come and say we won't have sports after this year if we lose sport. Some of the things are so
or we're gonna have sports but not school.
Yeah, some of the stuff is so dramatic that it's like either you're really, really terrified or you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but either way, I feel like I feel empowered.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock coming up next.
Working from home?
Who are you people?
Shut up! Meet Jaguars today from 10 to noon. Weekdays with Mike Dempsey and Tony Smith. All Jaguars, all NFL, all the time. 1010XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward. We're turning up the heat on our biggest sale of the year at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Get a new Jeep Compass or Grand Cherokee Summit and save up to $7,000 off MSRP. Every new Ram truck is sale price and must be sold. Save up to $11,000. Get 0% financing. Make no monthly payments for 90 days. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Mark Watson here, owner of Hardball Creative. These last few weeks have been nuts, but as Jacksonville starts to open back up, make sure your company is ready. From employee appreciation gifts to printed tents for curbside pickup to face masks with your company logo on them, remember Hardball does it all. Call us today at 9988-778 or online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Looking to be your own boss in a proven business model like construction and working outdoors? Superior Fence and Rail is franchising in new markets all over the Southeast, from Birmingham to Savannah, and even a few more markets in Florida. Come win with us and redefine the fence industry. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail to learn more about starting a fence franchise today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Home of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialists at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. If you have unwanted items at your home that need to be removed, let us pick them up for you. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick. Or we can help any homeowner safely declutter. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned and veteran-operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com and enter your zip code.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you every night by Loose Air Quality. LUCEairquality.com. Was with Dave and Shannon yesterday, the owners of Loose Air Quality. Talking about how many people tell them they hear it on the radio. It's good. Some of you jokers don't just tell them, hire them.
Hey, do they listen to our show at all?
Who, Dave and Shannon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Can't ask my question then.
Oh.
I had a serious question about.
I mean, I can text them.
But, all right, is this too small of a task for them? Like I need something with my my dryer. Like I want to make sure. Somebody told me I need to clean my dryer vent.
Yeah, they don't do dryer vent cleaning.
Like not the little thing in the front, like the
Yeah, I
grill.
know they don't do. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if because I want to make sure my air is.
Yeah, I see the signs all over town, like $35 for dryer vent cleaning.
Oh, that's all it. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go find that.
Yeah, that can cause a fire if you don't clean that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Anyway, Loose Air Quality, air quality testing for your home or your business, mold investigations, water damage, fire investigations, healthy building checkups. They do all of that kind of stuff at Loose Air Quality, locally owned and operated. If you're buying a house soon, make sure you get them in there to test the air quality. You don't want to buy a house that's already got mold in it. That would be a disaster. Get them in there to help you out. You can call them at 904-803-1014. That's 904-803-1014. Loose Air Quality. My 8 o'clock is my COVID results.
Okay. Go ahead, Hippo.
You're positive.
I was excited when they came in thinking, okay, I know I don't have it.
Okay.
Which I didn't.
Understood.
But I was also excited because I thought that second test was going to tell me antibodies positive. And I do have the antibodies. No, I don't.
I'm with you. I wonder what I had when I was really sick now.
So did you guys both think that you had it?
Yeah.
I thought I had it before. Like not since all of this stuff, whatever I got when we all got sick.
What were your symptoms?
Like, well, one of them I thought I was
I
cooking.
had fever.
Cooking on the inside, had a headache. Felt like death was around the corner.
Sounds like a hangover.
I was certain,
it wasn't a hangover.
I was certain I had it because I had gotten
too
it right when I
expensive
came
liquor
back
now.
from LA.
That's
I
right.
remember that.
I remember that.
So I was certain that I had it. And then I really blame it on JJ. Because JJ's pumped our head full if everybody's already gotten it.
Right.
And so
I
here
do
I am
think
thinking.
I had it. For real. I haven't had the antibodies, but I think if I took it, I'd be
But that's
willing
what
to
I
bet
was-
that in early March I had it.
So that's what I was
had
trying to figure.
a lot of the symptoms, but I didn't have a fever.
You were in here.
No, this was before, or this must have been February or something.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody on the
He was still
afternoon
in here.
show.
He's been in here for
Oh yeah, I was here.
What I'm
of
saying,
course.
like if he's if he lived to March, he was straight.
Yes.
But like before the shutdown.
So everybody in the afternoon show thought we all had it. And we didn't get the antibodies, so we don't know for sure. But it looks like that's not true, which I'm upset about as well.
Well, I didn't have to do the whole nasal thing. We didn't do that. We did the
strictly blood test.
What RJ said happened to him just sounded awful.
That's somebody you can't trust, and I'm glad he's wearing a mask around because he went to a place. It's a corner store, and they made him do it himself. And he was like, "This is what the lady told him. Hey, just keep putting it up there until it hurts." Like, no, that's not official.
He gave us the full rundown on the first segment of Friday's show.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He put it. He touched his brain and he swirled it around like you do spaghetti, like with your
And
fork.
that's how I know he didn't go deep
For
enough.
15 seconds.
Because she went so deep that
You did the nasal thing?
I did. It sucked. She
Yeah.
did both nostrils.
Yeah, I've done that one.
It's not a game.
I'm gonna do. I'll pay the copay and do the blood.
Wait
test.
a minute. Oh wow! I'm so glad I left it.
What?
Like the place that you went. I'm good. Oh no.
Okay.
I was there, and they were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be an hour and a half."
Well, they let me go home.
No,
So
so
they're
that's
like,
why-
it's 3 hours, but you can go home and we'll call you. I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, hell yeah.
'Cause they told me an hour and a half, and then I walked out, and then I called Dr. C, and I was like, "Yo,
let me get this done."
I was like, "Yo, do you have to shove the thing up? Do you have like the other one?" He was like, "Well, he's like, well, what do you need?" It's like, "I need to know I don't have it." It's like, "All right, just come in." I was like, "All right, cool." But I was sweating.
Dr. Capasso comes in clutch a lot.
I was because it was one of those things where I put it on, so he probably got a bunch of good advertising on that. Because I'm like, wait a minute, because I showed everybody the Land of the Dead, aka Lot J, and I just said, bump it. I just want
House of 1,000 Corpses.
If that was what I had to do, I don't know
Sit
if I
in
would
your
have went as
car.
far as submit my resignation,
right?
but I would have just said I'm going to self quarantine for 2 weeks before I have to sit in that line.
2 hours I've heard was like the minimum from anybody.
Dude, that looked like
Hot
like
outside.
5 hours, and I didn't have enough. I didn't have a full tank of gas. Like I only had like my gas said 30 miles. So like I was really flirting with death.
I have a even worse story than that. So not me specifically, but Hack. So me and Hack decided, because I got tested, but I wanted to find out my results immediately so that I could go home last weekend for Father's Day. My whole family was there. My mom was not letting me go home. And so I got tested. So I was like, damn, these results aren't going to come back fast enough. There's a rapid test place down the street. They open at 8, and when they're done, they're done. They take no appointments. So first come, first serve. My dude Hack got there 5:30 a.m. Not exaggerating. Already 12 people ahead of him. When I get there, there was 300 people at least wrapped around the building, right? Hack was there sweating like crazy, dude. And
what time did you got there at what time?
7:30. So about an hour before it opened. Dude, not only did they not open, they called the cops to get all of us kicked out, and we're like, we're only doing appointments. We screwed up. That was our bad. So all these people that were there from like 5 a.m. didn't even get tested, dude.
That's tough. That sucks, man. What was my head?
I might burn the place down.
That's sounds really safe too. A bunch of people who think they have the virus.
No, it was safe.
Hanging
I'll
around each
say
other.
this.
If you didn't have it then.
Yep, you got it now. It was herd immunity. It was all kids. Like, it was all people my age. Just young people who had to get it for work, you know? Nobody that looked actually sick.
Somebody said they're 8 o'clock, 728 on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. They went to Lot J on a Friday. Wife got her results that Sunday. He didn't get his till Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies first, bro.
Exactly. That's the thing when you get the test, though, you realize to be certain you don't have it, you almost got to test every day.
Yeah, what if, like, I didn't do much this weekend.
Right.
Well, I found out early because you text me. You were like, hey, I just checked the portal. I ain't got it. I'm like, all right, cool. I need to go check the portal now. But, like, what
Not
if,
the transfer portal, the medical portal. Yeah.
When you first said that, I was like, wait a minute. Who's in the portal? Because
Is there a COVID outbreak in the transfer portal?
I recognize your number, right?
Right.
I still haven't put all my numbers in the
phone?
phone yet. So Father's Day, that's my Father's Day. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I didn't respond to your text, I have no idea who you were.
Oh, you got all the Happy Father's
Like
Day.
everybody's saying Happy Father's Day. I'm like, I don't know who you are, and I'm afraid you might be somebody I don't want to talk to. So I'm not going to respond. It's no disrespect. It's kind of scary when you're out here flying solo. But what if, we took it on Thursday, right?
Right.
Yeah. So what if, like, everywhere that I went,
was it Thursday? Wednesday?
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah. By the time you got your results back,
Thursday,
you could have it.
Wait a minute. And I went to. Did I eat wings on Thursday? I think I ate wings on Thursday.
Interesting.
It's delicious.
So you think you might have got it at the wing place?
I was worried, but it was too late. Now I've already tested, so I'm not 100% sure.
That's the thing. There's no way to tell that between the time you got your results and the time you got tested that you didn't also get it.
But, I mean, I felt good.
So how often should you get tested, you think?
I'm done after this, bro. They told us to get tested. I got tested straight up.
When they tell me I got to get tested.
Yeah, I'm not going through that again if I don't have to.
I want to do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my
great-granddad
all day. It's like my great-granddaddy.
But are they sick, though?
He wasn't sick until he went to the doctor.
Exactly.
That man was good and alive when he was 89 years old. The man went to a doctor.
Next thing you know.
And next thing you know, it's like the same with Uncle Tiger, one of his sons. He was good until he went to the doctor. The next thing you know, he was in hospice. Like, it's just, it's just, I don't know if maybe if he would have went to the doctor before that, he wouldn't have had hospice, or if the doctor sent him to hospice. But
if you're that age, you were doing something right.
It just always reminds me, and this is terrible, one of my favorite movies, which Talladega happened, but Talladega Nights. And the guy was like, hey, my grandmother's turning 85. What should I get her for her birthday? He was like, I don't know, a coffin? And I was just like, I mean, terrible. But
anybody else have any hate o'clock?
He does. I had one, but I don't really want to get like Clay Travis, Jason Fatlock, and Mike Florio.
I hate all of them.
Exactly.
I will say this about what's the white guy's name?
Clay.
Clay is that when it comes to COVID, he's the only guy who will be like, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't mind being wrong.
But he also is the only one who's right about a lot of stuff.
He
I'm
said
telling you, man.
We're going to have 50,000 die.
I'm not a Republican, so I don't care about his political stuff.
Right.
But the COVID stuff, I have been sort of applauding him about some of his takes.
He's taking a stance, like when you talked about the mask and stuff, he was the first person that I saw put the Georgia Tech picture up.
And my hypothesis, just to pat myself on the back, has been correct the whole time, just to say. Okay, move on.
They were all having
but Mike
a competition.
Florio is so hateable.
A competition over who's the most terrible reporter.
Yes.
Or who's the most terrible person. Mike won, but like Clay is like Clay is like Jason.
They're a team now, by the way.
Bet. Jason.
It seems like Clay Travis and Jason Whitlock are a team.
When he went to FS1, he became the black Clay Travis, and like
yes.
What Clay Travis's claim to fame is Shannon Sharp saying, "Don't think because we're colleagues that I won't whoop your ass."
He said that.
Yeah, he said that to him on Twitter. But Jason's fired. I mean, Jason's contract wasn't renewed.
Yes.
So now he's taking shots and blah blah blah. And I just really don't like Whitlock.
What if
I don't know if
this
I've
is
ever
what
said
happened.
this.
This is what happened. Florio is a raging, progressive, and he was going off about. I don't even remember this specific one, but it's always about Trump. And he uses his Pro Football Talk account to tweet all this stuff, which is like so enraging.
I think he was talking about like it was about some it was
politics.
It was some
politics.
BLM
That's all
stuff.
I know.
It was some Black Lives Matter stuff, I believe, and don't quote me on that. I'll go look at it later.
But
here's the problem.
Somebody came at him, Jason Whitlock, and said, "Bro, you act like you do so much for the black community. You haven't hired one single black writer in all of your 15 years of running that website."
And then
and he had nothing
Mike
to say.
Florio. Mike Florio has and then Mike Florio made a comment like, if I don't have to or something like. It was just bottom line is that they were it was a
you don't have to, but if you're gonna act like you're so progressive.
No, I'm saying it was a competition of who's the worst.
Yeah,
and that's why. So I don't want to get into it, but that was just my little bit of 8 o'clock. But the testing stuff is definitely hatred. I don't like all this.
If all three of those guys could go in a rocket ship and never come back to Earth, we'd all be better as a society.
I hope all the bad things in the world happen to Jason Whitlock. Yeah, only Jason Whitlock.
Damn.
Like I really dislike him, and I hate him more with his hair.
Oh,
this
his
fake
new
hair. Like he went from being a bald, fat guy with an extra small fedora to now he's wearing a high top fade.
Well, I don't know if it was extra small, just his head size. It could have just been a regular size.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I got a big head too. I like fedora, but my fedora is big. So like you can tell, like it can fly. I can actually throw it like an airplane and it'll catch some wind and it'll fly. Whitlock needs my fedora. He needs to go get that extra size up and help him out. But now he's got the little.
Where do you buy fedoras at?
There's a store.
Lids?
No, I went and got it when I was in Vegas, the first one I got, and then I found out that same store is in Orlando. I got to look it up.
Because there's only a few people on this earth that can really pull off a fedora. It's a tricky
and they're
one.
probably old black.
Yes.
Yeah,
most of them.
So,
all right, we got to go. We got a break.
Oh,
we're behind.
We got 40 minutes left.
Sorry to ruin y'all's fun.
Do you have a fedora, Denny?
No, I do not have a fedora.
Of course you don't. No swag.
I am reading this article though. I want to talk about when we get back about how much money schools spend for home games on hotels. It's interesting. We'll get to that coming up next.
Summer on the First Coast is sensational. 1010XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Having trouble with that old car or truck you just don't like driving anymore? Get out of the heat and get on the road with a great deal from Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. When you need a new pickup, why not drive the best? All Ram trucks are now on sale at up to $11,000 off MSRP. Get 0% for more savings. Make no monthly payments for the entire summer. Drive a new Jeep Renegade from only $187 a month. Get a new Dodge Journey and save up to $5,000, up to $6,000 off Cherokee, or even up to $7,000 off MSRP on Dodge Durango. Come to 9600 Atlantic Boulevard for fast and easy car buying. The deal you've been waiting for is here now. Come on in and save. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. No crazy sales tactics, just honest and friendly service you can count on. 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Fenwick Home Services keeps you cool in June. Tune up your air conditioner for just $59 and get up to a pound of refrigerant for free. Plus, Fenwick's no breakdown guarantee covers your AC all summer. Count on your Fenwick pros to wear gloves and face masks on every visit and follow CDC guidelines. Hurry, this deal ends June 30th. Pick up the phone and call 660-0556 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for affordable IRS tax representation. J. David Tax Law can stop any IRS collection action and protect you from financial devastation. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
At Ameris Bank, you don't have to pay for our attention. Our advice doesn't come with a price tag. Whether your needs are large or small, we'll go out of our way to get things done for you. To us, every deal matters, and Ameris Bank team members are fiercely committed to businesses on the First Coast. From startups to expansions, we're here to get you what you need when you need it. You have our attention. See what we're all about at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gator!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
With hurricane season now here, the only weather you need to be concerned about is whether your homeowner's insurance policy will cover you in the event of storm damage. Ask about Southern Oak Insurance today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Instant Keys specializes in grading replacement automotive keys, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the dealership hassles. If you need honest, professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Business owners and CEOs, apply now for the Jacksonville Small Business Executive Program, designed to help business owners and CEOs think differently and become more efficient running your business. This program is presented by the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship in Florida State University's College of Business, offered at no cost. You'll meet once a month beginning in August. Apply before July 10th at jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu. jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den on a Monday night. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend, a good Father's Day. Now time to get back to work. 4th of July next week, right?
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of, man. You ever just said yes to something? Like, and then you like, maybe I said yes too quick. Yeah, I didn't fully embrace it.
You talking about what we were asked to do this week?
You made plans.
You said yes before I even saw the message.
Yeah, it was kind of like I've never, but then I thought about it. Like, when the way JJ framed it, I didn't think about the day before.
The night before.
What James is referring to, if you like the Sports Den, you're going to love a 24-hour period this week. If you don't like the Sports Den, then you might as well just like go away, because
there's music stations.
Thursday night will be on from 8 to 10. Friday morning will be on from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then in the drill spot. And then Friday night we'll be back on again from 8 to 10.
Wait a minute. We should do what the drill does.
Only one of you shows up at
That's
6.
what I'm saying. Like, so you
Flip
should
a
show
coin.
up at 6.
What are you talking about?
You do sit in the same seat as Jeff. You're Mike 1.
You're more Jeffish.
Let me tell you something.
Than I am.
If I get here at 6 and you're not here, it's dead air.
I'm not saying anything till James comes.
Is there a way, like,
Beef does the first hour sometimes when Jeff's not here, so you should just make him do it.
Wait a minute. There's no. The coffee doesn't open that early. What is this?
Wawa's open.
I'll get Wawa. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
So, JJ, are you aware that when your favorite college football team plays a home game, they stay at a hotel the night before?
Manny Diaz looks like a crooked youth pastor. I don't think that Miami does.
They don't play on campus, so
I'm assuming everyone does. So they're talking about this as an item that could be cut out of budgets.
Seems unnecessary.
Ooh, I disagree.
Really? Oh, because you don't want them out the night before?
Yes, I way disagree.
Okay. That makes sense.
I get that.
What about NFL teams
That's,
the night
you know what,
before
I
at a
never
home game?
thought
Do they do
about
that?
NFL? Yeah. Remember that's where our boy got his scrotum twisted a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, was that for a home game?
Yeah, it was a home game.
Yeah.
That's how I knew. That's
Chris
how I knew.
Ivory, Chris
That's
Ivory.
how I knew what the report was. People were mad. I'm like, dog, like that ain't nobody getting on the injury report at 3 a.m. for anything great. But I never thought about trying to stop the players from going out the night before.
What did you think about?
I thought
game planning.
I just thought Bobby was trying to keep women away from us, which he did. It was a terrible, terrible thing because they didn't even pay attention. We went to Thomasville, which is only an hour away from Tallahassee. Like they can't drive.
Well, most schools stay in the city.
Yeah, but what Jimbo did, I'll give him props. He stayed off of Appalachian Parkway, and there's 2 hotels. Like, it's literally only one way in and one way out, and they can see everything. Like, and they take unlike what Taggart did, they bought both of the hotels in their entirety. So like they could do their walkthroughs outside and nobody can see in the parking lot because the only people who stay there are the team. Which kind of probably did cut down on women's.
How much does it cost to rent out a whole floor, a couple floors?
Well, so this is what's interesting. So Northern Illinois says they'll save up to $3,000 per home game. Bowling Green will save roughly $6,000. Kent State will save $15,000.
Oh, nice place.
But they say that there are others in Power 5 schools that will save up to $50,000 per night.
I can see that.
You know when I realized college football was like a business was I was 12 years old and Miami just beat Florida in Gainesville after we won the national championship. I was at the game and I was meeting some of the players after the game. And they were like talking about how they were just about to hop on a plane and fly back to Miami that night. And I was like, whoa, you guys got a private plane just to fly back to Miami? And they looked at me crazy like, hell yeah, of course we do. And they had all this Popeye's chicken. It was amazing. And I was like, oh, man.
Private plane might
They're not just taking a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We took a bus. We took a bus to Gainesville. That's the only time we took a bus.
From Tallahassee.
Y'all flew to Miami.
We flew to Miami.
Definitely flew to Miami.
But we stayed in Lake City. And then
about an hour out of Gainesville.
We drove in to Gainesville from Lake City.
I know Florida takes a bus here for Florida, Georgia, obviously.
Right. We played.
I would hope
we
they
played
don't fly.
in the Gator Bowl we got here on our own. When we played in the ACC championship, we took a bus here.
Was that Charlotte?
No, we played in the first
here,
ever one was here.
Yeah, Vautech.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
Who won?
The right team. The right team won.
Why do I remember? Was that a boring game?
Nah, it was actually pretty good.
Was that a Marcus Vick led
Marcus
Virginia
Vick
Tech team?
Marcus Vick scored late. Tried to step on somebody's leg or whatever.
I remember
and then
that.
He tried to spike the ball, right?
Didn't he also flick the crowd off, or was that at the
He wasn't a
Gator
very
Bowl.
nice person.
Wait, what year was that?
That was 2005. 2005 Gator Bowl.
Yeah.
Because we played it in the 06 Orange Bowl.
2005
season.
Championship.
Championship.
Yeah.
Y'all
But he
were in the
spiked the
Gator
ball.
Bowl. You beat West Virginia.
Yeah, that was the year before. I scored a couple
Rich Rod.
touchdowns in that one. Got
Nice.
On one of them.
Who could forget?
Yeah, that didn't feel good at all. But Marcus spiked the ball and it hit him in the balls.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious. He was a terrible person.
Trying to go.
Was he a bad guy?
He was an awful guy.
Damn.
Trying to go through.
He got beat up though, like really bad that game.
It's
guess I
hard
would
to
be
be worse than your brother who did time.
No, well, nah. Marcus got in and out of trouble, but he wasn't Mike.
Michael Vick was one of the guys who was like, he did such a good job of cleaning up his reputation. Everybody in America hated him for that dog stuff.
And some people still won't let it go.
Who?
It's like they didn't want him to go to the to do the coin flip at the I think it was the Pro Bowl that he did it
this year.
Hmm?
Get over it, people. The man did it literally multiple years in prison. He did his time.
Not a nice prison.
He was so stinking fun to watch.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all were talking, or we were talking about, for some reason, RJ was talking about Cam.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, somebody said he's a Hall of Famer or something like that.
Cam's not a Hall of Famer, right?
Mm-mm.
If Vic would have played, would he have been? No, right? If he'd have played, if he wouldn't have gone.
Who knows?
Because I mean, Hall of Fame, after it's all said and done, is so much about stats. At that position, I don't think Vic's stats were very good. I mean, he changed the game, but statistically speaking, I don't think he was all that great, was he?
He certainly didn't win a lot of games. He had one really, really good year, 2004. He was 11-4. Yeah, but like you look at his touchdown to interceptions, it was always bad.
And wasn't his completion percentage bad too? Yeah,
Yeah,
Career
low 50s.
56. Yeah.
The Eagles, he had that badass season a couple years after he came back, which was amazing to be able to be down for 2 years and to come back like that.
I'd love to see him in today's game. Do you know the most passing touchdowns he ever had in a year, though, James?
25.
21. Isn't it crazy how much the game's changed?
Yes.
I mean, that was just 2010. I mean, 21 puts you near the bottom of all the starters now, doesn't it?
Because the game is real. Like, you really chunk the ball. You got to remember, there was a game in the year the Steelers won the Super Bowl where I believe Jerome Bettis had 3 carries, 2 touchdowns, -1 yard.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was just
my favorite number. Like, fullback stats are the best.
But to put that
he was at top 10. He was top 10 rushing at one point.
But to put that in perspective.
But in that Super Bowl, that was the end. That was the end.
Do you know who also had 21 touchdowns this year? Gardner Minshew.
Right, and he played 13 games?
Just to put that in perspective.
I mean, everybody's hype. Are we wrong about Gardner?
What?
Is it like, are we too cynical? Because, like, everybody.
I'm not hyping him up. I'm just saying.
But no, not you. I'm just saying, like, everybody is really like this is the first time a quarterback in outside the city of Jacksonville they actually like. Are we just?
Maybe we are wrong. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying the guy's terrible. I'm just saying.
No, I remember the games. That's why.
Can we?
I'm sticking by my opinion. That's y'all's problem.
Can we slow down? Can we pump the brakes?
It's like, no, I know what I saw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not any good. It just.
I'm not saying he's.
By the way,
bad,
I'm on Pro Football Reference right now, and you know how it gives nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
Jockstrap King.
Oh, I love it.
It's not the nickname that.
Who calls him Jockstrap King?
Nobody. And it could be misconstrued.
Breaking news. Anybody
Whoa.
see it?
No.
Check it out. Let's give me
Gardner Minshew.
No, not about Jockstrap King. Nobody.
He has a new
damn
nickname
about him. Apparently, okay. Well, the text I got, I thought somebody would have seen it by now. All right, let's go with baseball. It's apparently breaking news in baseball.
We already talked about this.
No, like breaking news.
So tell us what it is.
I'm trying to find
I know.
it.
Good grief.
Because I'm on Twitter. I don't know what you're looking
Starting July 24th through the 26th, spring training starts. That's when the season will start. Spring training starts July 1st.
Yeah.
We already said
No, that's the hour. That's not the breaking news. Dang, maybe it was.
This is the
maybe
worst
this
breaking news segment.
I know, man. Like, he just put me all the way out there.
This is breaking.
That's my fault.
We
thought
don't
it was
have
gone.
any breaking news.
Breaking news. Nothing to break. Breaking news. Nothing to break.
That was very
Disregard
Jason
that.
Lock-and-Forish.
Disregard that.
Just make something up at this point.
No, that's the
I can't
difference
do it.
between
I can't do
James
it.
and him. Is Lock-and-Forish would have made something up to not look like a fool. James is like, hey, I screwed up.
I
It is
screwed
what
up.
it is.
That's what I do. Like, it pisses people off.
So what's y'all's prediction on Gardner this year? Give me touchdown to interceptions.
I think he's going to be.
It was 21-6 last year.
Very Mark Brunell-ish.
Well, that's what he was last year, 21-6.
Mark Brunell was 21-6. I thought Mark Brunell was like 25-21 during this time when we were looking it up.
I'm not going to give you a number, but I'm going to give you a very unpopular, I wouldn't be opinion, but guess on what happens this season. I think before the end of the season's over, at one point in the season, Gardner Minshew will be benched for bad play. And they'll roll with whoever.
What do you mean whoever?
Well, we know who it's
Aren't we
gonna be.
pro Dobbs?
Of course.
I mean,
he better beat out Glennon. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think that the Jags are going to be terrible, and towards the end of the year, they're going to be like, let's just sit them down and get some of these, make sure we lock in these draft picks. And like, he's not
you think
playing
he's going to be
well
that
enough.
bad?
Yes.
With all the
Yes.
hype that they're going to bench him?
Yes. Not at the beginning of the season, but like when they're 3-10, yes.
By the way, Brunell had a 23-10 year.
I'll take that.
2014-29.
Went to 2
29.
AFC title games, right?
You said
Yeah.
29-29?
20-9. He had a 19 touchdown, 20 interception year.
Yeah, that's what I meant, that one.
But that was the second year of the existence of the team. And he went to the AFC title that year.
I didn't say it was bad. From what you tell me, every year Brunell was the quarterback. They was rocking.
That's what you're saying. So you expect Gardner to be at that level?
Yeah, like, just good. Like, he's gonna win. It's not gonna be pretty.
Gardner's gonna win.
That's what they're telling us.
No, I'm asking you what you think, and you just said Gardner's gonna win.
I don't know, man.
How many games are the Jags going to win next season?
They're gonna win enough to
5.
I was gonna say
I'm at 5. Okay.
5, just enough to get us out of the top 4, and we won't end up with.
Well, I'm hearing that North Dakota kid,
Trey Lance,
is better prospect.
But then who?
In both quarterbacks.
Man, whoever you're hearing that
Quincy.
from,
No, I
punch
heard
them in the nose.
I heard
Quincy
it on
told
our,
him.
hold on. Let me find the guy's name.
Why
He
you
works
telling
for
me that?
NFL Network.
While you're talking about that, Boise State announces they're temporarily closing campus facility due to 8 positive.
You love that.
No, kinda, not really. Because if their testing isn't up to standard, then we're going to have to not play them because we don't want our guys to get sick. But if they're closing,
that means other people
are about to close.
Daniel Jeremiah.
Oh,
Daniel Jeremiah wants clicks. Trey Lance is a good prospect. He's nowhere near the prospect Trevor Lawrence is.
I'm just telling you what other people are saying.
That is complete.
28
clickbait.
touchdowns, no picks, bro.
Complete clickbait.
Against high-level Division II or 1AA schools.
Oh, they're good, though. North Dakota State's
always.
good. Yeah.
If they beat Oregon, then it's all in popping.
Is that who they play them this year?
First game, yeah. Or is it second?
I thought they play Ohio State.
They may not be playing it.
Yeah.
So Boise State shutting it down.
That's what they said.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Damn, I counted that as a loss for Florida State. Now I'm rethinking.
This Florida State's going to be able to work out. They're not?
Yeah.
All right, let's take our final break of the night. We'll come back. We'll see what other breaking news James has to drop on us tonight.
Yeah, well, I got one.
Hey, 1 for 2's you'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
We'll do that coming up next.
They say every town has a story.
Here's the deal.
Jags on 3.
It's black and teal.
1, 2, 3, time.
1010 XL.
Beaver is open for business, and we're here to recover together. We understand the importance of community, so Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are supporting local businesses. With the purchase of every vehicle, you will support a local business and receive a $200 gift card of your choice. Buy a car, support a local business, and help us recover together.
Plus, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are offering 0% financing or no payment for 6 months.
Visit beavercares.com for more information on how you can support the recovery of our community together.
Are you looking to add space, maybe remodel your home or business, or even build a custom home? You need a pro that you can trust. Lloyd's Construction and Consulting is a family-owned company built on honesty, quality, and dedication to the customer's true needs. Experts in residential and commercial construction with over 30 years of experience, their team makes it easy. So don't start your project without giving the pros at Lloyd's a call. Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services. LloydsConstruction.net.
100 pepperonis on a pizza? That's right. Lauren Brooks here for Donato's Pizza, now serving edge-to-edge toppings every time. How else would you get 100 pepperonis? Anytime you're heading out to the beaches, call 904 Donato's. They have an easy pickup drive-thru window, plus they're always delivering to the surrounding area. Call it in, 904 Donato's today. Now open on Beach Boulevard near Taco Lou. Loaded edge-to-edge with toppings. Donato's Pizza, every piece is important.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about first-class service. From the first phone call to the final inspection, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior Fence and Rail is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville, and it all starts with their professional team. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
If you're a man over 45, have frequent urination, an urgent need to go, a weak flow, or waking at night to urinate, it's time to consider UroLift. This is Dr. West, urologist with McKeever Clinic. UroLift is a non-invasive outpatient procedure with minimal downtime. If you suffer from an enlarged prostate and Want to avoid the sexual side effects of medication and invasive surgery? UroLift may be for you. Contact McKeever Clinic at 355-6583. That's 355-6583.
Tom McManus.
So all I really cared about was the T and the A.
Fridays on Jaguars Today.
Tackle and assist.
Brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. If you have unwanted items at your home that need to be removed, let us pick them up for you. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick. Or we can help any homeowner safely declutter. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned and veteran-operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com and enter your zip code.
Peninsular Pest Control can help you with bugs inside and outside of your home. Our trained service technicians specialize in treating interior and exterior pest problems. Whether it's mosquito suppression or ant control, they stand behind their service. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your Critter Getter.
Bueller, air conditioning repairs. Seriously, guys. Hey, Hicken here. Not only are my friends at Bueller Air Conditioning the coolest guys in the business, they truly are the best at air conditioning repairs. Take it from me. I use them in my home, and from start to finish, they are absolutely terrific. So when the heat gets too much for your home, call Bueller Air and stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Mark Watson here with Hardball Creative. It's been a crazy couple of months, but as we prepare to move forward, make sure your company is ready. Welcome employees back with a new polo or branded coffee mug. Outfit servers with new tees and caps, or what about car magnets for deliveries? Remember, Hardball does it all. Call us today at 9988778 or online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball does it all.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get them M's. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Wrapping up the Sports Den on a Monday night. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, JJ LaSelva. Did you enjoy your evenings off last week, JJ?
I would have enjoyed it more if there was more sports to watch.
But you said you were all good.
Oh, yeah. Boxing, even though they're like low level fights, ESPN every Tuesday and Thursday, they're putting fights on.
What was the fight where the dude hit the guy and you heard it? you heard his soul come out?
Is that the Shakur Stevenson fight, maybe?
Yeah.
There was a guy.
Shakur's the one they're saying is the next Floyd, right?
Yeah, ESPN's pushing that.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
That hit was solid.
Yeah, and then there was a Mexican card on Saturday night, and this dude got brutally knocked out. I highly recommend you go check that out. But yeah, niche sports are back.
Cornhole
is back.
Cornhole's back heavily. They got the mask though. Like that's like gotta throw off your depth perception and your timing. You know, they take those deep breaths and like
here we go.
You can't really do that with
And how are you supposed to drink a beer while wearing a mask? That's the whole point of the sport.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy cornhole.
You don't enjoy any party atmosphere type thing, do you?
No, I don't. You are completely correct there.
Beer pong, you weren't a beer pong guy?
We're really missing the
Never
big
played
thing.
it.
What did
Not
you? How was
once.
your Father's Day?
It was good.
Did you
I
work?
worked, yeah.
Did they like do anything for you like at work?
No. I worked and then after that went to Pops.
Those
Hung out at
shorts,
Pops, yeah.
violation, Pops. Like I don't care how.
Pops don't care.
I don't care how.
Are they
old
really
you-
short?
dude?
Jean shorts?
Well, the way he was sitting.
Dude, yeah, the way he's sitting wasn't helping.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I'll have to show you.
does not help.
When you're at a certain age, you give 0 Fs.
Pops
about
doesn't
anything,
care.
bro.
No.
It's like
I respect that.
Pops is like different. Like, I'm trying to learn, like, because I learned like studying different cultures. Like African Americans, you could tell what decade they stopped caring by the way they dress.
Their clothes are the same.
Their clothes
yeah.
are literally like they just after a certain decade they just stay in that dress code. They're like there's some men who are stuck.
But
in the
I'll
70s.
say this about old black men compared to old white men, my dad's age. Old black men still dress way like 1,000 times nicer than old white guys. Old white guys don't care at all. It's a wrap. They're done.
I'm trying to figure out
Pops doesn't care.
if
Exactly.
somebody can
My
text
daddy
me like when am I old enough to get the Stacey Adams slides that come standard for all black men? Like, because like every black man over a certain age, like that's
The
just
house
what they wear.
slides, yeah.
Stacey Adams. So I don't know. I want to know so I can be prepared.
Well, we're off tomorrow night on the Sports Den. We'll be back on Wednesday night at 9, then Thursday at 8, then Friday at 6 to 10 a.m., and then Friday at 8 to 10 p.m. Whole week of the Sports Den, the week of the Sports Den. You ask, you get. Now we got to work extra. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday night.